Carol Callahan. I've been riding or been in love with horses since I was about 3 years old. Most of it self-taught, School of Hard Knocks. I have had the opportunity to learn from a few people that really knew their stuff. There's a WPRA barrel racer that gave me some good pointers. Danny's dad helped me some with the roping. We had a company rodeo. Was in that 25 or 30 times. Before that, we had some gymkhanas and some little local rodeos up around Heber that I entered in. So it's been doing it for a long time. And then I've been cowboying on different ranches for years. So roping a calf and dragging it to the fire has been a huge part of learning and enjoying the horses.
Hi, my name's Dan McFarlane. Like Carol, I've been riding my whole life, as long as I can remember. We've always had horses long before I was even around. So I was taught at a very early age, on riding and whatnot. I learned how to rope and everything when I was late teens, I would say. Like Carol, I've spent some times on some cattle ranches. I spent the summer up there on a cow-calf ranch up in the Globe, and then helped out on some of the local ranches around here various times over the years. Carol and I, we worked at Honeywell, and then there's a company rodeo that we both entered up in, and been doing that roughly about 20, for me it's about 20 years, I would say.
Danny and I have been partners on a lot of the team events for years and years and years, and we've been riding together for so long it's like we can almost think for each other. Working over at the cattle ranches, you're starting to cut cattle and you look up and you need something done, and there's Danny right behind you or beside you, and we're good at backing each other up. We've been doing it for years.
My name's Don McFarlane. I'm Dan's older brother. We were both raised riding horses. Our dad used to train horses. He raised colts, but before he got to raising colts, he used to take on project horses, and usually a project horse was something that had an issue that needed fixing. That's why he could pick them up cheap, and we would fix them. And he made a little money selling them. I worked Five Slash Ranch for a couple of years, and I went back usually around Roundup every year after that. Most of roping was just a few jackpots, and some of those were on project horses. In fact, the only time I really won any money was on a project horse. That's most of my experience, just mainly helping my old dad train horses.
Tommy McFarlane. I've been riding all my life, I assume. My dad had horses, and my uncle had horses, and my grandfather had horses, and we all lived next to each other, so I kind of just fell into it. Got into it really big when I was like 13, 14. Started roping competitively, actually roping when I was big enough to sit in the saddle, I guess. Doing local stuff like this, practice ropings, and then jackpots, really the only contests I ever entered. Lasso del Sol, the big stuff like that. Never did very well, but on the smaller jackpots in Colorado and Dewey and Tonopah and stuff like that, I'd do pretty well. I'd usually, when I was a number one header, I'd take first, second, third, depending on how many ropers there were.
back, sliding on her new Casey boots. Backing up the gooseneck, loading up her purebred, got no time to lose. Rose her saddle in the bed, kiss her mama on the head, jumps in and throws it in drive. Turning and burning, and that girl's learning how to buckle down and hold on tight. Turning and burning a barrel at a time, whipping them reins and cutting on a dime. Pay no mind to the glitter and the shine, it's a cover up. Cause the girl underneath ain't here for the show. Competition might as well head on home. Pulls her hat down tight, the crowd explodes, it can't get enough. When you can turn and burn like that, you
So I
don't
keep
need
this on him
love.
because he needs to make the right foot. So when I have this foot in him, this note,
She's a hard
body
one
is
to
marked.
handle, burning a candle at both ends of the night. Her daddy used to tell her, Lord help any fella who wants to be her Mr. Right. Cause she jumps up in the saddle, that don't even matter anymore, it's about the ride. Turning and burning, and that girl is earning every second in the spotlight. Turning and burning a barrel at a time, whipping them reins and cutting on a dime. Pay no mind to the glitter and the shine, it's a cover up. Cause the girl underneath ain't here for the show. Competition might as well head on home. Pulls her hat down tight, the crowd explodes, it can't get enough. But you can turn and burn like that, you don't need luck. Turning and burning a barrel at a time, whipping them reins and cutting on a dime. Pay no mind to the glitter and the shine, it's a cover up. Yeah, yeah, cause the girl underneath ain't here for the show. Competition might as well head on home. It's a shutdown, lockdown rodeo when she pulls up. When you can turn and burn like that, yeah, you can turn